What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope everyone is doing awesome. We are obviously here at JD Cycle Works in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And finally, all the parts have arrived, and I'm super happy because I missed the bike. Haven't had it for a couple weeks, but all of the parts are here. And Jay's somewhere, she's making some coffee. We got a new guy in the shop here, Dave, another Dave. What's up, Dave? Master Tech, right? Yeah. And we got the man right here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ready for another round?
Oh, we are absolutely ready. We're definitely ready. So if you guys have not followed the last build, Silverback, we had her for about 2 years. Obviously, Dave, JD Cycle Works, did all of the work on that amazing bike. But now we're starting another journey on this one, 2022 Mad Max build. But we're going, Dave's gonna show, Dave's got oh, there's Jay. There's Jay, everybody wants to see Jay with the best coffee in PA, thank you. And Dave's got all of the parts. She does make a great cup of coffee though, by the way. But Dave's got all of the parts lined up over here. He's got something cool to show us right here. I'll show you guys in a minute, but he's got everything spread out. Where do you want to start?
Well, we have your fork tubes, Diamond.
Diamond Lane, black.
Check them out.
Yep, black anodized +2 fork tubes.
Very cool. We have your mid-control kit from Arlen S.
Arlen S mid controls, really nice.
We have some
Got
pedals.
Yep.
Pedals, pegs.
Pedals, pegs.
We have a GP front suspension for this.
And that's from Kraus, right?
It's from Kraus or GP suspension.
Do they actually make this suspension, or is
No.
it GP suspension?
No, it's GP suspension,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
they use it with their system, and it's also designed, as we found out,
To work with those tubes, exactly.
Because it's specific length of what we're trying to achieve here.
Right.
You know, here we have your rear shocks.
Oh, one question also, it was sprung from my weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, set up for you.
Right. Okay, and that's the tool also we were waiting for?
Yep. There's some tools there. There's a whole different setup procedure for these, for installing these,
Cool.
opposed to like the Legends. And also, if you do install these on your forks, you do have to modify the stock fork tube. See the inside here, the guts are out.
Right.
Happen to have another one. You gotta remove that section there.
What is this from?
This is from who knows what, a broken bike.
Gotcha.
But
Just curious because the diameter of
this is
so
probably
much.
from a Softail or
Okay,
39 millimeter.
gotcha.
But with this, you have to machine the bottom off and take that sleeve out if you're
okay.
using your stock tubes.
Gotcha, okay.
But they already came prepped from Diamond.
Awesome. Nice tube.
Yeah.
And then we're going with the Legends 14-inch, right?
Yes. Yep. And there we have all those.
Wow, look at that. Look how beefy that is.
Yep.
Look at the size compared to the stock. Oh my God.
And we have the brackets to put the reservoirs up top.
Right. Beautiful.
That we have. And over here we have
There we
our Kraus handlebars.
That's the ODI bar.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
A little dusty.
Yeah, it's okay.
And we have the triple tree here and
Triple tree, the
gauge
riser.
mounts, risers.
Oh yeah, you got
Fork
everything,
block.
right?
The
Beautiful.
wire extension.
Beautiful.
No brackets for your controls.
So that's the whole bar setup right there with the gauge.
Yep.
Gauge cluster and everything.
Yep. Here is
Then we got obviously the Chrome Works 2-into-1, and you got something pretty cool to show everybody, right? Couple different baffles. We'll see.
We have a few different baffles to work on with
Nice.
this to optimize the power and to work on
Awesome.
it and the sound too.
Yeah.
Be up to 2-in-1 exhaust that we're using on this
Oh,
one.
I can't wait. Yeah. Can't
be
wait.
cool.
Yeah. Awesome. So what are we doing today?
Today we're doing cam upgrade.
All right.
Exhaust upgrade.
Power. Need more power.
And who knows if we'll get some other things on this. If there's time, we can maybe work on, the controls.
Nice. Sweet.
And then my goal is tomorrow is get on a dyno and let her rip.
Let her rip. Okay.
And after that, we'll...
And then after that, yeah, right. Because obviously the triple tree, so probably all the handlebar and the suspension all done at the same time, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, and that's the tentative plan.
That's awesome. Can't wait. Thanks, Dave.
Over here, we also have your
What else you got?
So
Oh, yeah.
over
There we
here, we
go.
have your cam kit.
So we got the 475, right?
Yep, we have
S&S.
cuffs. Yeah, adjustable push rods, the air filter, which you got your hands on.
Yep. Courtesy of Harley Davidson right there, high flow.
Yep. And this
air
is going
cleaner.
to be a little mellower of a package here in the engine.
Right,
but we're focusing on the suspension here, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Right, exactly. That's right. Yeah, just trying to keep it, so it handles good. I think I'm just going to keep the stock brakes because they work good.
Yeah.
Maybe change out the pads, but other than that, I had too many issues with the bigger brake rotors and them warping. And I've never experienced any problems with the stock loader, to be honest with you.
They will warp on occasion, but it's rare.
Right.
Yeah. It's more reliable.
Yeah.
Because you expect to do a lot of riding with this one.
Exactly.
So we're going to keep it mellower in a lot of other ways.
That's right. So been busy?
Yeah.
You still got how many months out are you in scheduling?
Booking in January.
Booking in January already.
Yep.
Wow.
Service work and general upgrades, we're just not much of a wait for that right now.
Got you.
For the dyno tuning part, I got my
January, big builds, January, right?
Yep.
So if you guys want any work done, call now. Get yourself scheduled.
Yep.
Get yourself penciled into the book.
That's right.
Don't think you're going to call and have your bike here the next day because he's booking January, February now.
Yep.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but service work we can get you in pretty quick.
Okay. Yeah.
That kind of stuff for suspension upgrades, provided we have the parts.
Yeah. The quick stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Let her rip. Like Dave said, let's get started. So Dave's going to show us this problem with this tire here. What's going on with this tire?
I'll check this out, John. So we had a customer that we put a tire on about a month ago, and he calls us up, and he says, my tire exploded.
Jeez.
So I said, holy crap, let me get the bike here, let's see what happened.
Right.
So we're wondering how the hell a tire can explode in two different areas. And I can see rubber all over the place, and he says he was riding down the highway, which I tend to believe.
Right.
The next thing you know, he had all kinds of smoke come out of the back end, and the bike got a little squirrely, and he pulled over. So what happened was, we found a culprit. This isn't what posted the tire. I'm putting a different example. A nail went through the tire, punctured the tube. The tire had a strong enough sidewall that he didn't realize it was flat. He was on a light motorcycle. So he kept riding. So when your tire is low in air or goes flat, it starts to create a lot of heat inside.
Right.
From all the friction of the tire being compressed. It literally caught on fire inside.
Burned
the tube up, because it's a spoked wheel.
Right.
That's what's left of the tube. Burned up the whole inside of the tire.
So the tire's on fire inside.
It's literally on fire.
Right.
Here's the rim strip.
Building pressure.
There's more parts of the tires. Until finally the fire was so great inside that
built pressure.
The tire just exploded.
Holy cow.
It just exploded.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, jeez.
But it's just crazy. I guess the moral of the story is if you feel your bike's feeder starts to ride a little weird, pull right over.
Pull over.
Pull right over.
Make sure you pull over.
Now, if this was a touring bike, the outcome would have been much different.
Right.
Because it would have the weight, he would have felt it go flat even instantly.
Right.
Or it could have been a much worse situation.
Jeez.
But you never know what you encounter on the road when you're riding. It's part of what we
that's
do.
a catastrophic right there. Catastrophic tire failure.
Oh yeah, and it's not the tire's fault.
Right.
It's not the shop's fault.
Right.
It's merely coincidence. It got a nail, got a flat. He didn't realize it was flat because it was holding a bike up and he was on the highway, and it caught fire and burned up.
If you feel something weird, pull over, check it out.
Yeah. So I figured you'd love to show that to people.
That's crazy.
Start by removing the exhaust.
So exhaust is going bye-bye.
Yep, exhaust is off since we're not using a muffler wheel. We'll remove this bracket.
Haven't had a 2-into-1 in a while. Oh yeah. Yeah, the sound, honestly, the 2-into-2 sounds good, but my personal opinion, there's nothing like the 2-into-1. You know?
Yep.
I think just the more back pressure in the single pipe.
They do have different sounds.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
2-into-1.
2-into-1, right?
I like them both. I like the 2 and I like what the 2-into-2 offers people.
Yeah, absolutely.
With symmetry and I like the sound of it.
Exactly, yeah. Like
sound,
if you got the stretch bags, yeah, definitely 2-into-2.
Yep. And the 2-into-1 has its own sound, which is cool too. They're both cool.
Right. All right, so first thing you're going to be taking off, obviously, the exhaust, right?
The the exhaust out of the way.
You're gonna take all this stuff off too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna remove that.
Yeah. That's going to a new home. I got them sold, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So I forgot who purchased it, but it's gonna be shipped out soon. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Just gotta keep wiggling it.
There it goes.
Yep.
How heavy is that? Just curious.
Not heavy at all.
Oh, not too bad.
Not much in them.
Yeah, well, 5, 6, 7 pounds maybe.
If you look inside, it's pretty empty except for that end cone.
Oh yeah, true.
Here.
Where
Catalytic
is
converter.
Oh, so the cat's like around this area. Oh, you can see where it's wider, right?
Inside
right.
there, yep.
So that's where the weight is.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Since I have that size socket in my hand,
Yeah,
I just took that off.
and that's all coming that restricted air box, right?
Yep, that's all going away. And replaced with some better equipment.
Yep. I just said we're gonna put a blindfold on Dave because I'm sure he's did probably about a couple thousand, if not tens of thousands of these cam jobs. We're gonna put a blindfold on him.
Yeah, I could probably do a blindfold.
So quick update on my friend Matt's bike. Got all the parts here. I think Glenn gave him all these parts. What did Glenn give him? Any idea?
Cylinders and pistons.
Cylinders and pistons. So Glenn, actually Dave did Glenn's 107 converted into a 124. So these are all the parts from Glenn's Road King that he hooked Matt up with. I don't know who else was able to help him out with parts, but that's what's going on, and you should be putting his bike back together in a couple weeks, right?
I have takeout cams I'm going to give him. I have some brand new takeoff heads to use for him.
Nice.
Which are nice, so it's all coming together.
Sweet.
We're going to keep
So this way Matt gets back on the road, right?
Yes, the whole idea.
That's right. Also, we'll be back for that video when Dave puts the motor back together and everything. So this way, we'll see that puppy start up again.
Yep. Gotta be a stalker.
Hey, at least they'll be running, right?
Yep, at least they'll be running.
At least they'll be running.
Yep.
Better than it was before.
Yes, indeed.
Right. Taking the head pipe off. There we go. Bye-bye. Taking that off. So that's pretty restricted, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where is it restricted? Not really in the diameter, though, is it?
Not in there. It's just it's in the whole assembly. It's designed for sound requirements.
Right.
That's where a lot of the box comes from.
Right. Because obviously, if you don't change out the throttle body, you're not going to get a bigger bore on it.
Right. But you can see the element is just very small.
Very small.
And that's
right.
where the restriction comes from.
Right. Okay. Get the bolt cutters. What are you doing now?
We are cutting out the push rods. That is the end of that. Bolt cuts are not just for taking locks off of buildings.
That's the best way, right?
It's the only way.
Pair of bolt cutters.
Yep. Cut them off. Now, one thing I want you guys to know, make sure you rotate the engine. See, I can't turn that push rod?
So it's loose. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So now I'm going to rotate the tire. When I can rotate it, that means the weight is off of it.
Right.
The load from the valve springs.
Good tip.
Otherwise, it can cause damage. You don't want to cause any more damage.
Oh, nice sound.
Yeah. That's the sound of future power.
That's right.
I'll just take these.
And then a garbage.
Yes. They have sharp edges, and if you're not careful, they will gladly cut you.
Gotcha. So that's the sound of future power.
That's right. One step closer.
What are you doing now, buddy?
I'm removing these lifter covers so we can take off the lifter guides so we can put your tappet cuffs on upon reassembly.
So you're gonna put new tappet covers on?
No, we're gonna use the same covers, but we're gonna put the tappet cuffs from S&S on there.
Gotcha, from S&S.
Yeah, we'll remove the plastic guides.
Right.
Which isn't really Doesn't really have to be done for cam upgrades, but it's not a bad idea if you're really gonna run the bike hard.
Gotcha.
I got a feeling you're gonna run the bike hard. There you go.
That's off.
One tappet cover. Now we're going to remove those.
Nice.
And when removing these, they're very prone to snapping.
Oh, right,
So if
right.
they get tight, we're going to heat the block up with a torch to
Right.
release the lock.
I remember who had that problem. Sandy.
Yeah.
I think Sandy had that issue.
Yep.
And it actually snapped.
Yep, they will snap. I start taking them
Oh.
out. If they're moving good, I keep it going.
Right.
Just don't stop.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Keep it going, because then it starts to relock up.
There's only one holding holding the cuff on.
Yeah, it's how it's designed to.
Gotcha. And the cuff is just meant so the lifter basically doesn't rotate, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This keeps the lifter from spinning since it's a roller lifter.
Right.
You can see how this index is in there.
Right. Right. Right.
Without this, it's a roller lifter. It'll spin, and it'll just rip your cam to shreds
Right.
and turn everything to junk real fast.
Nice.
Now, these plastic ones,
They do snap.
I haven't really seen any break, but the tappet cuffs are aluminum, a little more durable.
Right. The S&S ones are aluminum.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep, and that's why we're upgrading to that. It's a little more durable for
Gotcha.
use this may get.
Absolutely.
But they've been using these same plastic guides in LS Chevy engines forever.
Oh, no kidding.
So same concept. Always keep the dirt out of the engine.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yep. Once it starts moving, if it feels smooth, keep it rolling.
Would you recommend doing it on the motor when it's totally cooled? Obviously, too, right?
It doesn't make much of a difference.
You don't think so? No?
Get your lifters out. They will not be reused.
So we're gonna use my stock lifters on Matt's bike. All right, Matt, at least you got something from me.
We might actually, no, I think he may have S&S lifters already.
Oh, he does?
So we may not use them.
But he's got, oh, you mean the ones he had on the motor?
Yeah.
But he's got 30-some thousand on them, no?
I don't think that many, because that was when his whole kit was put in.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to inspect them and make sure that
All right.
if they're questionable, they're
Well, there you go. If you need them, take them.
Yeah.
We're taking off now.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. High tech.
Yep. Like cracking an egg.
And there she is.
Battery in there.
So a lot of people, well, I've heard through the grapevine that Harley cam chain tensioners have been going out. I didn't have any proof on. I just asked Dave. You haven't seen any.
I haven't seen any of these fail.
Right. And Dave over there that works for Dave, he just came from the dealership, right?
Yeah, and he's got 15 years at Harley Davidson.
And he hasn't seen any either, right?
He has not seen any Milwaukee 8 tensioners fail. However, we have seen twin cam ones stick
Right.
and fail.
Right.
You know, and
And you don't see any difference in that part compared to
No.
the previous models or whatever.
Oh, it's a different design.
Right.
You know, the old style, if I can find one, I can show you. All right, so back to the tensioner.
Yeah, you have the other one?
I do. I can show you.
Yeah.
Let's go over to here. The 8 style tensioner.
That's the Milwaukee 8?
This is twin cam. There's one for the inside cams, one for the outside.
This is twin cam?
Yep. You can see there's 2 of them, just 2 cams, two chains.
Right.
What happens with these is that inside, see how that's rough, not machined very smooth in there?
Okay.
That'll actually get hot, and this will stick.
Oh.
And that
okay.
creates a
It
lot
bind-
of
it binds
noise.
it.
Yep.
It binds.
So what we've always been doing is updating to the zippers tensioners, which are dual piston. They're a lot better.
Gotcha,
With
gotcha.
twin cam. Now what S&S does is they pretty much took this exact block, looks just like this,
Right.
and of course it's all new and machined, but then that replaces this to that style.
Gotcha.
So, but honestly, I don't see the
You've
reason
never
for it.
you've never seen these fail.
I have not.
Wow. Okay.
And if it ain't broke,
That's
I ain't
good to
fixing
know.
it.
Right. Right.
Especially this day and age.
Well, there you go. Because there's been a lot of talk about Harley M8 cam chain tensioners failing, potentially blowing motors. They haven't seen anything happen like that. So.
I mean, I even contacted another friend of mine who works at another dealer,
Right.
and he hasn't seen it either.
Gotcha. So you think the issue could be something else, possibly?
Yes.
Something else
It could
happening.
definitely be something else that's causing that failure.
Gotcha. What are you taking off now?
We're undoing the oil pump bolts, then we'll take the cam plate out.
And then the cam, huh?
I should have gloves on, because I got a nice gold burn right there.
You don't wear gloves. Come on.
I need all that oil in my hand, soften them up.
You don't need lotion, right? You got enough over here.
That's right. Lotion. Here we go. Here's our cam plate. Everything looks nice and shiny and new.
Only 400 miles on the bike.
That's right. Your original cam. Still looks shiny and new.
Nice.
Too bad it's not being used.
We're going to reuse, obviously, this pump, right?
Yes.
These are no problem, right? What is the problem? What year? Before 2020?
Yeah, before 2020. Every bike that comes in, I update.
Right.
They don't
Okay.
cost a whole lot for the Harley updated pumps. They
Right.
have this back seal, which seems to really have solved a lot of problems.
Right.
And even when you're putting an S&S pump in, or even fueling these days, it has a groove for this. Use this seal.
Right.
Do not install it without the seal.
Gotcha.
And here's the other.
Important.
Yeah, the most important O-ring
Most
in the bike.
important one. Right.
One of them. So all that looks great, so we're not going to touch with it. Install it. Let me wipe my hand off. We're going to check your crank run out and see where she's at right now.
Nice.
All right, what do we got here? I don't know.
So what are you checking now?
We're going to check your crank run out and see where it is. Right now it's at 0. It's going down to what, 6 thousandths? Going back up to 0. No. So where's she going down to? 7 thousandths, almost 8 thousandths. Which is a lot, which is a little more than I normally see. But it's kind of average. There we go, 7 thousandths. 7 thousandths run out. So we're just keeping the stock cam plate and oil pump, and it'll be fine.
What's the max?
Harley spec is 12 thousandths, I believe,
12,000?
unless they change it again.
Okay.
But usually if I start seeing closer to 10, I get very concerned.
Okay.
You know, but this range is pretty much all of them. You know, we
Gotcha.
see some at 3, we see some at 5, but you know, you just have to be careful with this range with the S&S pump or fueling pump. You shouldn't use it
Oh, really?
because the bushings are set too tight
Uh-huh.
and it'll
Gotcha.
cause binding.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, where are you going with that?
Back.
Oh, the trike is here. Oh, well, the Anthony can.
Jay's riding.
Let me, we have here is,
My cam?
yep, with the bearing, couple O-rings.
So what are we using again? The S&S 475.
Yeah, we're
huh?
using Old Faithful. Always check your numbers. Make sure it's the right cam.
Right.
As we
Yeah,
see.
because they could package something wrong, right?
Yes. Yes, and you got to inspect it. Look how dry it is, though. They used to put more Cosmoline on it, but now there's nothing.
They want you to put it on.
Well, the thing that concerns me is when
Corrosion?
it sits. Yeah, and it sits in humid warehouses. They're going to get rusted,
Right.
and then it's junk. So that looks
Nice. The power.
good. Yes, bring it on.
Bring it on.
There we go. Have our bearing. We're going to change this bearing.
Look at her go. Look at her go.
There you go. Beautiful. Back up a tiny bit. Right there.
Perfect. What are you doing now?
I'm going to pull the old bearing out.
Gotcha. You always change that bearing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Always coming out that bearing.
Yep.
Now when you're taking it out, hold this part here still,
Right.
and use the nut to pull it out.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you'll be rotating that in the bearing. You could blow the bearing up
Gotcha.
and put all the needles in your case. Then you got to pull the engine apart. And there's your original bearing.
Yeah.
Got it.
So which bearing do you put in? Is it an S&S bearing?
It's a Torrington bearing. Pretty much all the companies get them from the same place.
Gotcha.
I can show you the difference.
That one right in there.
So here's the bearing, the original one. You can see how the spacer is in between the rollers.
Right.
Here's a Torrington where there's no spacers.
Oh, wow.
Just a much better, stronger design, gives better support for the cam and less chance of failure.
Jeez.
When installing these bearings, you'll see one side's rounded,
Uh-huh.
one side's flat.
Right.
The flat side faces out, so you press against the flat side.
Gotcha. This is probably like what I should say mine and yours together, probably like 7th, 8th cam change.
It's been a few. It's been a few, but it's good and everyone still enjoys them.
Absolutely.
So I think it's all good.
By now, I probably should be able to do my own.
You probably should, but I don't mind doing them. You have other things to do, like film.
That's right. Ride.
And ride.
So you're gonna press that bearing in, right? Same tool, just different adapters at the end.
Yes. Yep. This one's for pulling. That holds threaded for installing.
Gotcha. And you already have the new bearing on inside, right?
Yep. Those are a little sticky in there.
So now you're pressing that in?
Yep. This tool is designed to press it in and stop at the case where it needs to be stopped for proper depth.
So it's like no chance of screwing up.
Pretty much.
You just, yeah.
Well, you can still screw up, but less chance.
We pretty much just keep going until you feel a lot of resistance.
Yep. It goes in until it stops. Like right.
There.
Stopped. So now we just take the load off of it.
Perfecto.
Yep.
What's next now, Dave?
Next thing we do is we're going to reinstall the oil pump with new O-ring. Put the cam in there, center everything up, torque it down, and then do our lifters
Nice.
and tappet cuffs. Okay, when you put this pump on, make sure you push it in gently until the O-ring seats in that hole, and you can see it's nice and flush with the case there.
Right. And that O-ring is really
It's
important.
critical.
Right.
Because without that O-ring, the crankcase fills up with oil, it can't suck it out, and you'll sump.
Oh.
So that's very important.
And you put a new one in all
Yes.
the time, right? Yeah.
Yes, always replace it. I like to put a lot of lube on it and
A lot of lube.
help keep it from getting damaged on initial startup.
I love this cam.
Yep, I still do too.
475.
I keep testing other ones and I haven't found
They
one.
come up short, right?
I haven't found one I want to change to.
Right.
Because some of them come closer, but again, they're $100 and some more. So why? You know, in this day of trying to save a penny here and there.
Right.
It slides in. Take the cap off. The oil on there. Another important O-ring. In place there. Clean this off quickly. Everything looks good in there. More lube. Everything looks nice. Okay. Now it's time to get the bolts in there.
And you're going to basically do the same thing like you always do, spin the tire, make sure that cam plate is centered
Yep.
on the crank, right?
That's critical.
On a crank and cam, actually, right? Yeah,
I do the cam plate first.
right,
Once I center that and tighten it down, then I'll do the oil pump.
right, right.
This way they have a chance to settle on
See-
themselves as much
right,
as they
right,
can.
right.
And that is very helpful.
So you got equal pressures, right, around the bearings and
Yes,
stuff?
and like you see, you can see the cranks, they're never perfect.
Right.
It gives it a chance to actually put it in a neutral position.
Right.
You know, instead of just locking it down here, and it might have a side load on the crank and might cause failure.
Right.
And especially for the oil pumps, you can side load the oil pump too, and it'll just burn up. So it's important to segregate
Gotcha.
things out.
All right, because these bolts not only hold the plate, holds the pump, everything in place.
Yep. These secure the pump to the plate.
Right.
And those secure the plate to the
Gotcha.
case. But little Loctite, don't kill it. You don't need to drench it. If you put too much Loctite, it'll actually squeeze in between the two surfaces. It could cause other failures.
Wow.
So you don't need a ton of it. Especially by this here tensioner.
Mm-hmm.
It'll squeeze down, could plug that hole.
Oh.
Get too much.
Right.
Then you have a failure of a tensioner. And you think it's a bad tensioner, but it's not. It's because the hole got filled with Loctite.
No oil pressure on the tensioner.
That's right. It can't work without the oil. There you go. See the cam coming out from that seal?
Yep.
That's normal when you have that oil pump backplate seal for it to happen.
Gotcha.
Sometimes they'll actually squirt oil on you. So you got the cam plate centered. Finish doing that.
Now you can tighten it down.
I'll snug all that down since that's centered. And now we will do the oil pump. All right, so now we're checking sprocket alignment. You have different thickness shims to achieve this. I already put a shim in which got it pretty close. You hold them up tight and you can put a
Right.
straight edge between them. Make sure it's lining up.
It's a little off.
That's pretty darn close. And that's good. That's a thicker shim than we had originally. It's a 130 thousandths thick one.
Gotcha.
Just make sure those are lined up. See, they're perfectly lined up right there.
2 dots, right?
Right through the center of that, the center of that, and they have to be lined up.
Gotcha.
It's very easy to make a mistake with that. And once that's rolling, your light doesn't make power.
The timing's off, no?
Timing's everything.
Right.
Okay, that's good. Feel that bad, but let's see, we'll make it better. It takes all the play out of it.
Yeah, nice.
That's good to get correct valve timing. And that gets sealed in there, so it'll never come out.
Right, once you put that bolt on, that's never coming out.
No.
Nice. Ingenious.
That's why I don't buy the sprockets. I could buy
Sheer
sprockets.
genius.
Okay, well torqued up.
Tensioner, then you put the cover back on?
Yep. Then we'll go there.
Then you go up high.
That's right.
Cam chain tensioner in. Now Dave's gonna put the cover on and start working on the lifters and push rods. What are you using for push rods? S&S,
Yes.
adjustable?
Yep, we're using S&S.
Gotcha.
We blew all our bolts out already. Make sure there's no oil in them.
This way you have proper torque, right, you said?
Well, yeah.
If there's like liquid in them,
Right.
can't torque the bolt down properly?
Correct, and also if there's oil in here, when you tighten this down, it creates hydraulic pressure in there that can blow the case out.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's why it's important. Don't want to blow the case out. That
Definitely not.
That ruins the day. Torquing the cover down.
You're inspecting?
No.
Quality control.
Quality kits.
Oh, geez.
That's quality control. All right, cover's all on. What's next now?
Next thing we're gonna do is put the lifters in, our tappet cuffs.
Then we're gonna what? Slap the exhaust on, right? And start it up.
Make some noise.
Make some noise. With this Chromeworks 2-into-1. Right here. Outlaw. 2-into-1 touring system. Really nice big header on it as well, huh, Dave?
Yeah.
And we got a couple baffles also that Chris sent us
Yep.
to check out, see how the sound is.
Right.
Can't wait.
Just suck the air out.
Right. We got the lifters in there,
Yes.
making sure all the oil's in them.
Right.
Right. You're creating a vacuum, right?
It really helps out for getting them preloaded and pumped up for
Really
the
nice.
initial start.
See, only stuff like this happens by Dave. All these cool gadgets.
Nice. There we go. Which I have to get another jar. There we go. Some beautiful brand new high quality lifters.
Nice.
These are lifters by Fueling.
Oh, these are fueling lifters?
These are Fueling lifters.
Nice.
Fueling race lifter.
Better than the S&S, or what do you think?
I believe it's a little higher quality right now with the change of production
Right.
that's going on. Mm-hmm. They cost a little more, but you know, when you're doing this, you can try and save $1 in some places, but you'll spend more later.
Right.
I try
It's
to,
also more important to put the money other places than
yeah, I try
certain
to,
places.
and that's exactly what I try to do for
Right.
people. Is, you know, that's why I don't sell those sprockets, because I don't see it necessary.
Right.
But I will sell this.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's $60 or $80 saved on the sprocket, but we'll put it towards a better lifter.
Right, right.
These are our tappet cuffs. Our aluminum lifter guides. Our new bolts.
Nice and beefy.
Yep. They are marked front and rear. That one's R for rear, or for race. And you set these up, you have to set the clearance on them, not just bolt them down.
Where are you checking for the clearance?
I will show you.
Front and back on the lifter?
Yes. Yep, that's where you're setting it in between the sides.
Gotcha.
I'll first get them brought down pretty close where they need to be.
These are new also S&S bolts?
Yes, yeah, they come with them because they know that these are normally failed by the time they come out.
Right, right. So
Which-
higher strength, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm glad they send them bolts because it's very helpful. And setting these lifters, these cuffs, you gotta put a 2/1000 fill gauge in between the body of the lifter and the tappet cuff. Put one on each side of it, so when I'm torquing it,
It's not gonna move on you.
it ensures me it has proper clearance on both lifters.
Nice.
Some of my feeler gauges are getting near the end of their service life. Torque that.
Yeah, you could see how it like would move if you didn't have it on there.
Right, and that's why I put them on the torquing side.
Right.
It's going to want to rotate that.
Very smart.
That
Yep.
way.
Cuff is gonna move towards the right and
Yes.
apply pressure on the lifter.
Exactly.
Very ingenious, Dave.
Okay, that's done. Thank you.
Nice.
So I'll put the covers on. I'm adjusting push rods. Counting.
Counting, sorry.
I'll adjust these up. Once we get these all set, then we'll go to the next step.
Nice. Which is what, air cleaner? Air cleaner exhaust?
That's right.
Yes.
Cleaner exhaust. Noise.
Noise.
Air cleaner exhaust noise.
Come on, animals. There you go, animals.
All right.
Here we are.
That's all done, right?
Cam installation's done.
Push tubes on, cam's done,
Lifter's adjusted.
lift is adjusted.
Now it's time for the air cleaner.
Nice.
And after that, exhaust.
Nah, yeah. Can't wait. Psyched.
There we go.
Because this obviously, I'm happy because I know what's inside, but you really can't see anything different.
No, it looks
Exhaust, yeah. Right, it looks the same. If we do have time, we're going to take the controls off, the stock controls, and put the Arlen Ness mid controls on. Hopefully, we have time. We'll see how the day goes.
Yeah, sure hope to. I sure hope to.
All right, and air cleaner going on, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Time for the air cleaner going. A little sealant behind here to help keep oil from coming out from behind here.
Oh, nice.
Looks like you're enjoying it too much, Anthony.
There we go.
These see if these are the right length or not.
You could definitely see the opening is different.
Yeah.
One guy.
Nice.
Moving right along.
Be honest with you, I actually like this air cleaner because I'm tall. My knees on every other one, because they stick out a lot, they hit my knee.
Right, right.
This one's like really sleek, you know?
It is. It works okay. To make
Yeah.
it work,
It's fine.
I want it to work even better on the extreme version where you'll see the element up front.